Welcome to Soft Sensors Thought Leadership Webinar. So, Kerry, the second question for you, given your pivotal role in Microsoft's HR digital transformation and considering the onset of AI resurgence, what we all earlier spoke about, how do you view the complex interplay of job displacement, job creation, and the skills gap? Because all these three things, they are interconnected. And how do you think companies should navigate these changes? Moreover, if you offer your perspective on how the evolving job market influenced by AI might shape the future workforce development and the education need.
Deep, this is not surprising, I think. One of the single biggest issues facing not just companies, but individual human beings and policymakers, et cetera. And job displacement and job creation are a feature of every significant technology shift throughout history. But I don't want to trivialize it and just say because it's always occurred, then nobody should worry about. Because job displacement, yes, there are the macro trends, et cetera, but job displacement has what I kind of think of as a 0 or 1, the number 0 or the numeral 0, numeral 1 aspect. As an individual, I may be impacted or I may not be. So it's a very personal thing. And it can be very worrisome in these uncertain scenarios. Big technology shifts inevitably create this uncertainty. AI's implications are we know this, and we know this historically, and I think we already see this. But AI's implications will vary dramatically by industry, profession, job function, et cetera. And it's going to be overwhelming for individuals, and it's going to be a bit overwhelming, I think, for decision makers. So I think from an organizational standpoint, and I think of this from a standpoint of HR leadership, we need to be systematic and really choiceful about how we experiment, where we experiment, in what priority order. I think about my own profession of human resources, AI's ability to enable, and in some cases substitute for roles that are more administrative in nature. That's pretty obvious. Even before some of the most recent generative capabilities have come to market, we've seen technology have impacts on making administrative work easier, more productive, and therefore, by extension, some impact on people. Other professional disciplines in HR, well, they may not require or benefit from the urgent consideration. I also think there's a could/should question. In other words, could AI solutions replace some customer-facing roles? I'll take an example. In restaurants, maybe fast food restaurants? Well, yes. I think as many know, these experiments are actually well along. But the question becomes, what is the customer experience strategy of any particular restaurant brand? There may be reasons why, some brands explicitly choose not to employ AI capabilities for strategic reasons, even if they could, at least for the foreseeable future. Then for workforce development and skills, certainly AI fluency is going to become table stakes very quickly for workers in many industries, countless scenarios. I think of an analogy that I know now is probably completely unfamiliar to many, but imagine today if someone continued to insist that the preferred way to communicate is via a physical handwritten letter stamped and mailed from the post office versus email. I don't think it's going to go particularly well for that individual. My daughter happens to be an attorney. I think some jobs will be replaced by AI. Many won't. But even for those individuals in jobs won't be replaced by AI, I would imagine and predict that the failure, just like email, the failure to learn and leverage AI capabilities might result in those individuals being replaced.
Thanks, Kerry. The very important point that every technological advancement is likely to bring in some kind of job displacement and creation. That's a natural cycle we have been seeing over ages. You also brought up a very important point about the industry and the function-specific implication. Obviously, the administrative roles, they are ripe for the optimization through AI, but there could be some decisions by the organizations where to use or not to use AI. The most important one, as things change, it is important for us to learn and to continuously keep learning as things evolve.